So obviously, what's up? Today we are back with another video. This is going to be a UFC 4 jab only challenge. So obviously, by the name of it, we're going to only be able to use the jab hand and only just the jab punch. I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno first of all because, you know, we get flyweight, not the most fortunate, but Brandon Moreno does have that level 5 jab. So the only unfortunate thing is it's going to be 3 rounds. Our opponent isn't the highest ranked, so he hasn't hit Div 15, so it's only going to be 3 rounds. And to be honest, I found out very quickly with this jab challenge, you're going to need 5 rounds. Just plain and simple. Alright, so obviously I'm going to be able to use the body jab and obviously the jab to the head. Going to see a lot of jabs this episode, this video, but as to be expected, you know. It's my only punch. Obviously I'm going to have to use a lot. So obviously the main thing, you know, if you are going to try this, anyone out there just thinks maybe it's an interesting challenge, I recommend getting that blocked head movement on point and really sticking out that body jab and putting on 5 rounds. It's definitely the way to go. With the body jab, look, I'm really just putting it in there. Just a body jab. With the body jab, it can actually dip underneath the shot a lot. So like if they throw a hook, a jab, a straight, you know, you go underneath their shot and really tax their stamina, because obviously it's nearly like a counter, you know. You're making them miss their shot and you're dipping them, ripping them to the body at the same time. So that was definitely my main weapon. Because if I were to leave this Figueiredo's body alone and I just kept going to the head, I would have never, you know, got his stamina lower, and his punches would have been doing maximum damage, and, you know, his kicks would have been doing maximum damage. They would have been at maximum speed. You know, I wouldn't have been doing as much damage as well. That's definitely the main thing. As I'm sure most of you know, if you get somebody down lower stamina, the more they throw, then if you hit them while their short term is lower, it actually does a lot more damage. So that was definitely the main thing for me, dipping underneath the shot and then going with a jab up top, you know. So like deteriorate that short term and then pop upstairs, and even, you know, deteriorating even more by just going back down. Obviously this was it was a little bit unfortunate because he was landing a lot of leg kicks, but you know, sometimes it's hard to tell. I was actually checking like 3 to 4, I think I checked this round. I could be possibly wrong in that number, but there or thereabouts. Look at that. Now that gave me the biggest boost of confidence I've had, you know. Seeing that little red blinker already, I was like, damn, my man's throwing himself out. Look at that, another checked leg kick, so I'm doing a lot of damage. This is kind of making up for the fact that the jab isn't the most damaging punch, obviously, as I'm sure he's already know. So these checked leg kicks, they're kind of getting me back into the round, to be honest. But that blinker and stamina, what a great start. But as well as that, the best strike, or the best kind of thing, you can't really mix it up too much, you know, it's only a jab, but the best thing you can do is that body jab, stationary into head jab. It creates a hit reaction probably 7 out of 10 times, you know, if you connect with both of them, or if you connect with the body jab and then go upstairs and it hits there, it's you know, the hit reaction, the damage is more, everything's, you know, you're looking good really if you can land that a good few times. That was definitely my main weapon. I found out pretty quickly as well. Look there, you see me go body jab. At one point I just wanted to kind of march him down, make him you know, use his stamina more than he'd want to, kind of with head movement and or by making him panic. So right now you can see me just double jabbing him. I want to make his block low, so he thinks, alright, you know, if I get too many punches to this block, my block's going to be demolished. But as well as that, it's going to start bleeding through to my head, and I'm going to start giving him free damage. And there's another checked leg kick. So obviously that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to even slip jab. You'll start trying to see me counter a little bit more with the jab. So I just want him to throw, you know, just feel like he's under a lot of pressure and in panic. You know, he's not really, because, you know, the only thing he's, you know, sacrificing is block right now. But, like, the jab's just not going to do that much damage. Look at that. That was clean, you know. He went for a straight, I believe, and I slip body jabbed him to the rear side. It was nice. You see me trying to slip body jab, slip body jab. Even try to slip head jab in there. But not a bad round so far. There we go. That is nasty. Just dipping underneath his shot and catching him with that body jab. It's just going to drain that stamina. I mean, and to be honest, I found out very, very quickly as well in this challenge, you can throw unlimited jabs, especially at flyweight. Your stamina is not going to be affected very much unless this fella's, you know, destroying my body to the point where I'm getting body rocked, body dropped. You're not going to gas out just due to jabs. So I kind of was able to go ham on the jabs. You know, obviously I'm at my own risk. You have to think, this fella could just slip straight, or, you know, obviously he could be slip straighting, but I could catch him with the body jabs. But if he was a sidestep spammer, that wasn't the thing I'm going to hit him with. Unfortunately, I just go for a quick takedown there. You know, getting him thinking down low, but nah, just held X for too long. Get a takedown, but we stand up very quickly. Jab, 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 jab. Look, trying to make him panic. He does lunge out of the way, which is definitely the smart thing to do. That would evade the body jab and the head jab, regardless of what I went for. Look, making him panic. I'm just trying to pile on that pressure, pile on that pressure. Jab, jab again. Body jab, jab, jab. You know, just jabs galore, as you can expect. I'm going to need a lot of them if I'm going to make up for them, you know, figgy kicks, them figgy hands. The power on figgy is just immense, so I definitely need to kind of do a lot more on my end. Hit him when it's short term as low. Look at that. He missed a jab, uppercut, hook, I believe, and then I was able to hit him with 2 jabs down low. Now I out threw him by... He had 9 significance, so I had 0, as to be expected. You know, jabs don't count as significance, but I did have 30 more total strikes. So right now, I'm in the belief it is 1-1. Because you have to think, maybe you think, oh, well, 9 significance is a lot more than, you know, 30 total, because, you know, they're significant, which is fair. But you have to think, I've been catching him at low short term. So, you know, when you see a strike total, it doesn't tell you the whole story, you know. I could be dipping underneath his shots, destroying him at low short term, and then he could hit me with 3 full stamp hooks, you know. So that's you have to kind of look into it a little bit deeper. And I've been hitting him with them body jabs all night long, catching him with low short term. I interrupt his takedown twice with body jabs, which is quite cool. I was happy with that. Didn't have to kind of play the ground game with him, because Figgy is dangerous on the ground. Unfortunately, he gets a rock, and I'm thinking, oh, this is not good. I've just been rocked. How am I going to get the damage back from being rocked? I mean, I can't do much damage as is, but to, you know, get a rock back would be very, very difficult. But right now, also, you know, as you can see, throughout this I start doing newer things. I know I can't do too much, but I start to use the moving body jab more, and it's really, really effective. Currently in southpaw with Moreno. To be honest, I'm not even going to lie, I'm so comfortable in both stances that I forget which stance is wrong and which stance is right. Because to me, every stance is right. But look, if I pull his uppercut and body jab him. What a beauty. Right now, I'm putting on that pressure because, you know, I'm going to lose this fight right now. I'm behind. But if I can put on this pressure, get his stamina even lower. Unfortunately, he's not in that gas zombie mode. But the plan is to get him there. You know, using that blocked head movement, trying to dodge his strikes. Alright. There we go. Yeah, block his body shot and then hit him when he's low. There we go. We dodge onto the hook. Get his short term even lower. He's blinkering red. We get the body jab in, then the head jab. I'm putting on the pressure. I'm trying to see what I can do. We have 1:40 on the clock. I don't think I've done enough. But there he is, blinkering red again. Can we do it? Can we put on enough pressure to be able to get a stun, a drop, or anything? I just need anything at this stage. I can't let this go to the judges, you know, sitting the way it is. This figure 8 sitting pretty right now on a little lead. Just that rock is in the difference, but body jab. Jab, jab. I'm not even caring. He enters zombie mode. He's moving like a slug. Can we get it though? We're putting on the pressure. Jab, jab. Body jab. Jab, jab. Jab, jab. Jab, jab. We need to get something, man. He's not throwing. He's kind of in survival mode right now. He doesn't want to leave himself any more exposed than he has been. I'm doing anything I can. Just every jab. I have as much stamina in the world. I'm just trying to see what I can do here. We don't get it. Now, right now, I'm thinking, alright, he may have taken this. But, like I said, doesn't tell the whole story, considering his stamina was blinkering. I had him at zombie mode. So I guess we'll see, you know. There's two ways to look at it. Do you give it to the rock? Or do you give it because I was destroying him when he was low short term? Battering and bruising him. And even the shots that didn't land, they were hitting him on the block. And they were hitting him when he had low short term. Let's see. And still, yes, we get the victory. I think I show you the stats here. It's definitely just whether you kind of, you know, you believe, alright, I done enough damage to him when he had really low stamina, or did he do enough damage just because of the stun to be able to wrap it up? Look at that. I threw 520 strikes, and most of them kind of landed on the block, so that's why my stamina wasn't too low. You know, 520 strikes, I think that's the most I've thrown in UFC, especially in a 3-rounder. UFC 4, should I say. 29-28 split. So look at that. See, you have to take into account, I landed like 35 more strikes in that last round. Like, I battered and bruised them just in terms of total strikes. But that stun, it's just, I guess, whichever you favour. Alright, let's get into the next one here. We find ourselves... Oh, skip a little back. My apologies. Find ourselves in the bantamweight division. We are against the TJ Dillashaw. He is higher ranked than our last opponent. We are now, though, Rob Font, which I much preferred, I believe. But the only thing is, this TJ, he's got movement. And, you know, if our opponent isn't as silly as our last in terms of, you know, his constant output, we may not be able to get that gassed beat down that we were able to get in that third round. Right now, just making a miss. But Rob, luckily, has that level 5 jab and the reach. So right now I'm thinking, alright, I can sit at a distance this time. I don't need to get into a brawl to be able to land my jabs. I can sting him from a distance, just take him out, pick him apart, try and block his strikes, hit him when he has short term. That's the key. And yeah, let's get into it. Right now, he hasn't landed too many strikes. Been jabbing the face off him. He's definitely not as aggressive as our last opponent. So, you know, it kind of... It's, you know, there's some pros and cons to that. Obviously, he's not going to be doing as much damage. Because if I'm only throwing jabs, you can really walk me down and just slip me and beat me up into the pocket. But, as well as that, you also risk me, you know, using a pretty good head movement, I'd say, you know, block head movement to be able to drain that stamina. You risk me dipping underneath your shots, hitting you with body jabs, and you risk me just gassing you out late and putting on the pressure even more then, and you don't want to be gassed out against the Rob Font jab. It'll just keep coming and coming all day. That sounded sus. Anyways. Right now, our opponent landing them leg kicks as well. But to be honest, I know you're thinking, alright, you know, he's landing leg kicks. That's good damage. But for me, I'm thinking of as an opportunity. He's doing more damage with his hooks. But I'm thinking, if I can use these leg kicks to my advantage, I can get some check leg kicks. I can do more damage to his own leg than he's doing to my leg. And try and win the round through that, you know, get my obviously jab damage, but as well as that, if I can, you know, get more damage to his leg than he's getting to mine, I can really just secure the round, and that was the plan really. And you know, he's landing a lot of kicks, but he's landing them at very, very bad runability times, and he's only landing calf kicks. He's landing them in the pocket, you know, too far out of range, so just doing very minimal damage. You know, one check and that does way more damage than anything he's done. Right now he is kind of making me bite on them leg kicks though, so I need to get back to it. He's also getting a little bit more aggressive, so I'm trying to, you know, you'll see me sitting on the outside, you know, using that movement of Font, trying to make him whiff, trying to see if we can gas him out. But right now he hasn't been too aggressive this round, but that's just, I know it's hard to, you know, sometimes tell. You don't think it's big, but just a missed 1-2 like that, you know, them missed few jabs, they are huge going into the later rounds. If I can just, because you have to think, like I said, I'm never going to be gassed out, you know. I'm always going to be very, very high stamina. Even like, even short term, I'll be very high. So look, I land him by 20 strikes, and he only landed a couple significance. So just due to my sheer output, I believe that I should win that round. So, and even then, them significance were the leg kicks, which, I mean, just look at my leg health. Were they that significant, really? Here we go. You know, as per the challenge, didn't want to cheat. Didn't want to hit him in the clinch, even with a punch, because, you know, it's kind of like a little uppercut, a little pocket uppercut. So I wanted to just kind of see what I can do without having to use that. Unfortunately, he does get a jab, an uppercut in. That is the risk of going with so many body jabs. I'm thinking right now, alright, I need to slow up this, you know, stamina draining process. I need this man to gas, and I need him to gas quicker than he is. Nice little slip elbow, you know, he's using a little more slips. But when people are using slips against jabs, sometimes you can make them panic, you know. You think, alright, you want to slip my jab? Because sometimes they'll eat, you know, they'll eat one on the block, they'll eat two on the block, and, you know, to slip the third, they'll eat one on the block to slip the second. So you gotta mix up that time, and you gotta make them, you gotta bait that slip out of them. So I'm using the jab, I'm feinting the jab, I'm using a double jab, I'm using a slow single jab, you know, just kind of mixing up the jab time and just making him slip. Then when he slips, I'm going down to the body. It's all about that stamina. It's all about hitting, not getting hit, you know, just basic stuff. But, you know, it's a little bit tougher when you got that jab only. But luckily, I'm really using Rob's range to my advantage. You'll see me, I'm hitting him, and I'm, you know, at my range. You know, I'm hitting him where he's not being able to hit me, unless it's with a kick or something, but even then. And we're not in kicking range, just in Rob Font reach range. So look, you'll see me, I'm just sitting in the middle right now, sitting in the middle. Boom, missed lead elbow, body jab. You know, anything he's missing, body jab. I'm in the pocket brawling with a jab, but to be honest, I'm blocking up. Look at that head movement. Lean one side, lean the other, slip that uppercut. Look at that. You'll see me, I'm getting my block blitzed, but at the same time I'm thinking, alright, look at that. I dodged the uppercut and the hook. This is an opportunity to drain that man's stamina. Look at him, he's getting aggressive, he's getting impatient, he's probably getting teased by the jabs, you know. But it's good, man. I'm just keeping up the output, keeping up the pace, and this man cannot handle it. Look at him, he wants to hit me so hard, because, you know, I've done a good job of just being at a range, being at, you know, just out of the smallest bit out of range of TJ's arms anyways, and, you know, checking his kicks, catching his body kicks, and just draining the stamina. I can't emphasize it enough, but I've been draining that stamina, and this TJ is getting frustrated. He wants to take my head off. But he's good, to be honest. I can't lie. This TJ player is good. Nice, you got that rock that round, but man, this could be 2 rounds up. We even seen him blinker at the end of the round with that stamina. Alright, it's all to play for in the 3rd round, to be honest. Whoever has a more dominant, you know how UFC 4 is, you know, if there's one decisive round and one close round, whoever has, well, say like there's 3 rounds, you know, just a little judging here. They say there's 3 rounds, you win the round, but it's close, you know, but you clearly win it, you know, you get a few more, you know, significance, a few more total. Then The next round is very close, 50-50. You don't know who took it. And then in the next round, they get a knockdown and a stun, and they'll give the second round to him because they had the more decisive round. That's just how UFC works, sadly. It's kind of their way of being like, ah, it's too close. We'll just, you know, whoever has, it's all to play for here. If you have the more dominant round, we'll give it to you. Because no draws. Look, seeing that blinker and stamina, oh, the confidence it gives me, mate, when I see that blinker and stamina. Look at that. I'm using the moving body jab, I'm dipping underneath the strikes, and like the Matrix right now. Look at that, he's getting a little bit overconfident. He's overthrown. I'm slipping that straight. I'm hitting him with a body jab on the return. Stinging him, just stinging him. I'm feinting to the body, making him block low. Oh, and he gets a beautifully timed uppercut. But once again, I nearly used that as an opportunity. I turned the bad into a little bit of good. Take good, or you know, some light in a bad situation. I swayed a lot of his strikes and deteriorated his stamina. So look at that beautiful head movement again. I evaded all them strikes, and look, boom, that body jab in between his combo. Just look at this. I'm moving in and out. I'm moving sideways. I'm moving forward. I'm moving backwards. I slip body jab him. We are flowy, nice and flowy, as Blake Tyler would say. Look at the jabs that are coming in. They're just, there's too many of them. He's trying to brawl. He doesn't have the stamina for it. I'm keeping the jabs in his face, in his body. I'm slipping his strikes. Can we get anything back here? Boom, boom, jab, jab, body jab, jab, body jab, jab. Look at him. I'm moving in, out. I'm moving sideways. I'm making him miss. Look at that. He jabs me, but I'm missing. He's dodging. I'm not there to be hit. I'm just teeing off right now. Teeing off with these jabs. He misses the jab again. He has too low a stamina. He must be on death's door in terms of stamina. Look at the jab, jab on him. He's blinkering again. There's not a time that he isn't that red stamina right now. Just jabbing him up. Seeing what I can do. I get a knockdown. I say I need this. I need the more decisive rounds. I want one more. I get another knockdown. And can I get the finish? And that is it. We get a finish. Jabs only. I know some of you may be like, oh, well, it was a finish on the cage. But I wanted to ask. So I thought the same a little bit. I asked, you know, some people that were watching the Twitch stream at the time when I was recording. I asked, you know, people that were, you know, in my party. I asked, you know, Twitch stream. They all agreed. That's good. You know, that's good. Shout out to Electu Swedge as well, my opponent there. He was very friendly. You know, he was, you know, complimentary of the challenge. He thought it was quite funny. He thought it was fun. You know, he said, haha, I never seen that before. GG's. So I thought it was good. And, yeah. So, shout out to him. And that is it. The jab only challenge is completed. We've done it. 2 fights in a row. 2 W's in a row. There we are. If you've liked the stream, or if you've liked the video, like would be appreciated. And actually, suggest more challenges down below. The harder the better. If they're possible, I can do them. So if you've liked the video, like would be appreciated. And if you haven't already subscribed, then most recommend you do so. Appreciate yourself for watching once again, and peace out.